Maria Leonor Robredo, former President Fidel V. Ramos, trustee of Ramon Magsaysay Awardee Foundation, distinguished guests, members of the Magsaysay family, fellow awardees, ladies and gentlemen. I am so grateful to receive such an honorable and prestigious award. This award is the greatest comfort and reward in my life. I used to be a businessman, someone who was tied to work and neglected his family. In my generation, everyone worked very hard. No one had time for their families, and I was like that too. Then one day, I lost my beloved son. He ended up taking his own life, as he was unable to bear violence in school. Suddenly, I became the most miserable father in the world. The shock and sorrow of my losing my son drove my family to despair. Wishing for forgiveness from my son and taking responsibility for my son's death, I left my job and got into solving problems for the youth. I started with raising awareness of the reality of school violence and providing counseling for students and families who suffered from it. However, we faced huge challenges from beginning. Not only the absence of experts or studies on school violence, but also the disapproval of education authorities made our work more difficult. But I could not stop because it was the promise I made to my son. Since then, I've never looked back and dedicated all my energies and fortune to changing the perception and responses towards school violence with unceasing determination. I led a nationwide campaign to gather signatures, receiving support from 470,000 citizens urging the law's passage. This resulted in the Special Act on Preventing School Violence made into law 2004. The law put strong pressure on government authorities and schools to take proper action. Finally, we were able to make positive changes, such as reducing school violence through various campaigns and legislation. Also, education authorities started to build nationwide measures and systems. I am very proud of these achievements. The work that started from my personal sorrow finally made a difference in the Korean education system and society. Our organization is dedicated to providing counseling, educating teachers and police officers, leading non-violence campaigns, scholarship projects, and international activities. We started with only 5 people. Now, we have 340 staff members nationwide. Also, the rate of school violence has dropped from 20% to 6% in the last 24 years. Our organization pursues the values of sincerity, professionalism, and transparency. As it grew to be a leading NGO specializing in youth programs, I am proud that we have contributed to Korean society. I have gone through extreme hardships, but dedicated all my passion, personal resources, and connections to fulfill my goals. Management skills I have attained from my previous work also helped. To be honest, there were many times I wanted to give up, but it was my promise to my son. I finally found peace of mind as I took this work as my destiny and mission from God. As society becomes more industrialized and materialistic, school violence perpetrators and victims are getting younger. And with the internet, incidents of cyber and sexual violence are on the rise. We have to gather our wisdom and efforts to protect our children. Though this award is given to me, I would like to share the honor and prize with our dedicated staff and respectable supporters and volunteers. Taking this award as a stepping stone, I will dedicate myself to making a nonviolent environment, not only for students, but also all human beings. I thank every single person in the Ramon Magsaysay Foundation. Special thanks to my friends and the board of directors of my organization who came here with me all the way from Korea. And my loving wife, who has sacrificed everything for me. I'm sure my son is smiling at me from heaven. Thank you very much. 감사합니다.